Hi there, my name is Kelly, and today we are exploring the importance of letting go of resistance for abundance manifestation, and essentially surrender to the flow of the universe. And by the way, when I talk about abundance, I talk about abundance in a holistic way. So, financial abundance, abundance of love, relationships, career, job, etc. And I know it's better said than done. Have you been there? I know how you feel, and I know that it's hard. But eventually, if we work on ourselves, we can do it. I know that we can do it. We can let go now. But let me start from the beginning. When I was young, I used to struggle a lot with getting the things I wanted. I was always the type of person that believed that, when we dream, we work hard for the things that we wanted, and we do everything possible, the universe really work its magic and eventually bring the things to us. I never had any doubt about this. Maybe because I'm a person of strong faith, and I always have this connection with God, with the divine, and now with my spirit guides for my meditations and etc. But the way I grew up was that idea that the only way you can get things is by working hard. That to a certain extent may make sense. Yes, it is. We need to work hard, but not in the sense that you need to kill yourself or work hours and hours at the expense of your health, of your leisure, of your free time, of doing the things you love. You know what I mean? Work hard in a sense of, if you want something, go get it. Don't be complacent. And at the same token, be consistent and persistent. The way that I was essentially being attached to the outcome, not letting go, and create resistance. I can say that I got most of the things I wanted so far, but it took me forever. It took me years, I would say 10 to 20 years, probably. One example here with money. I had at one point in my life that I worked different jobs. I used to live in Brooklyn, commute to New Jersey, and I would leave like 5 something in the morning. At that time, I was working in hotels, and I have a background in hospitality, and I would go from one hotel and then to another, and I work 2 jobs, and then we would get home more than 11 o'clock. And I was literally killing myself to essentially have just the basic of the basic. And if that, I even struggle to cover all of the things, all of my bills. So sometimes I needed to, borrow money from family members, my parents, my sister. So you're working a lot, and then you're killing yourself, and when you look at your bank account, where did the money go? And by the way, I got to the process of spiritual awakening once I really got sick and tired of my situation. But it was during my process of spiritual awakening that I learned about the laws of the universe, such as the law of attraction, the law of karma, about our birth plan, etc. Also, my spiritual awakening led me to completely shift my mindset, because after all, that's when I realized that was all in my mind. It was my mindset. Mindset is another point that I will leave to another conversation. But I learned that I needed to surrender and let go. Don't get attached. The idea is that we want something, we throw it to the universe. Our angels are spiritual guides that, by the way, are always with us, to the divine, to source, to God, and they will take care of getting the components for us to take inspired action. And I kid you not, once I started to work on myself, on my mindset, let go of resistance, surrendering, that's when I start manifesting much faster. And I mean manifesting everything. Manifesting relationships, manifesting money, manifesting opportunities, partnerships. For instance, one time I manifested $1,500 out of nowhere. Well, actually, out of somewhere, I guess. You know, those unclaimed money. I had a credit card that I opened more than 15 years ago. And that account in particular was closed, but it was closed because I didn't use it. But for some reason, I didn't remember that I had this account. And I received this letter from Unclaimed Property from Florida saying that I had this money and they should go to a certain website to claim this. And then I said, whoa. I was surprised the way things happened because it came out of nowhere. I didn't even remember that I had this credit card before. So I went to check my credit reports. I checked some of the files I had saved for a long time ago. So this is exactly what happened. Everything was there. I got $1,500. And I also got some other small amount of money from insurance, like a refund of this, of that. That I said, oh, okay, you know. My point is that everything is possible when you really believe and start manifesting. Money will show up like in ways that you cannot possibly imagine, because this is our spirit team working to bring those things to us. But my advice here is to really open yourself and let the universe, our spirit guides, our spirit team surprise us, surrender, and let the divine, the universe, take care of things, because when we let go of resistance, of control, the universe has a beautiful way of surprising us. Another point as well is that I strongly believe that we can get anything we wanted, but everything happens in divine timing. We all have our karmic debts, and I know that not everybody believes in that, but we do. Before we reincarnated on this planet Earth, we made our birth plan, and there are some experiences we needed to go through. There are some obstacles we needed to surpass. There are people we needed to meet. There are things we needed to go through for our own growth and expansion. So divine timing is very important. This is why the best thing we can do is really let go of attachment, resistance, and completely surrender to the flow of the universe. Oh, by the way, you see me looking down, it's because I have a lot of notes here. I didn't want to just leave any aspect out of the equation. So I hope there was something here for you, and I didn't ramble a lot. But I would love to know your experiences with manifestation. If you have gotten the things you wanted, if you are manifesting. Seriously, I really want to know how things are going with you in terms of manifesting the things you want. Leave me a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time. Take care.